Um, if y'all don't know, the big talk about this week has been about Quiet on the Set, and it's about the child stars that a lot of us grew up and love, and how the behind the scenes shit of what really was going to happen, and the selling point. The two seller points. One was Dan Snyder, and the other one was Drake Bell. But mostly, it was like what Dan Snyder was doing behind the scenes, and people really wanted to know what happened. If you don't know who Dan Snyder is, Dan Snyder was basically he was running Nickelodeon. Let's just say, like most of the shows that you like, the All That's, the Key and the Kills, the I College, the Amanda Shows, Drake and Josh, I believe Victoria and Victorious. Shows like that. He was a producer or a co-producer, but he had hands in that. He's like, I'm gonna be real with you, and like no pun intended, not even joking. He was basically the R. Kelly of Nickelodeon, where he was just woven into a lot of shit. So much that he got a Lifetime Achievement Award in Nickelodeon. He's created a lot of shows. He's put a lot of kids on. Let's just say that. You would think like Dan Schneider, like I knew who Dan Schneider was because it's just like I watched the shows, so I knew who was and who wasn't. So that's like you come up. Most of the people that we already knew about Dan Schneider's, like him having a foot fetish, him the shit Jeanette McCurdy was talking about him and how he wasn't that good of a guy, and then it wasn't until this documentary really, really, really put a light, excuse me, a light on everything, and it really exposed a lot of people of what the fuck has happened, and everybody's just like, oh my god, this shit is terrible. It's like, oh my god. Um, if anybody knows Hollywood, I can't even say this is Hollywood because this happened in Orlando, Florida. It's not even like it's Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. And this is where most of them was doing their fucking live shows at. It wasn't even Hollywood. But this was happening in Florida. So it's just like a culture of this pedophiles and all that other stuff where it's just like these adults are just doing these weird shit to children, or Hollywood in general. Like you hear about some weird shit that people do just to get roles and plays and whatever the fuck they do to get away with. So it was definitely cringy. It was disgusting. It was vile. All the things that is like that documentary did what it's supposed to do, and there, you got the reaction. I feel like it wanted and it exposed a lot of things that happened, especially uh, with black actors, black writers, and all the other stuff. My man Brian, I think his name Brian Christopher. I know him as Andre from Hardball. That's my man Andre from Hardball. So I remember him being on all that. I was like, hey, my man from Hardball made it and all that other stuff. But I would have never thought he had a bad. It was. Then I remember that he was not on there long. It was like for like I think a season or two after, and this is like the brand new cast of all that. And my girl Giovanni Samuels, which I like when I was younger, I had a crush on because she had some DSLs, and I was a titty guy. She had titties too, I think she and I are the same age if she's not older. But that was like my she was a little thick girl. It was just like I liked her, I liked the dreads and all that other stuff. And it was just like, she had her thing where she was involved with some of them people. Well, she wasn't involved, but they was around them too. So you hear about everything, the on air dares and all that other stuff. And then you see we're gonna be talking about that on the podcast mostly. What I want to get into was the apologies, two different apologies. One was from Dan Snyder, and the other one was from Nez Declassified. If y'all know who Nez Declassified is, there was also another show that was on Nickelodeon. It was a very popular show, but it wasn't run by Dan Snyder. Keep that, and I want you to keep that in mind. First, dance, like first off, it wasn't even on. I didn't even know Dan Snyder had a fucking YouTube channel. Let's just say that. But why would I be following Dan Snyder? He's a fucking creep. But if anybody saw the little interview, like he was trying, like his apology. Okay, I want to start the first thing is I want to start by I am not no way in shape or form defending Dan Snyder. That man is a creep, and that man should be locked somewhere in the fucking prison. Let's just say that before we get started, and I don't want people to think I'm defending Dan Snyder. I am no way in shape or form defending Dan Snyder. That motherfucker is a creep, and he needs to go somewhere. Fuck Dan Snyder. All right, now did I think his apologies was sincere? Like, I think it's one of those things where it's because the way he came off, he was just like, "What's done is done. I can't take it back. The most that I can do is be a better person." Now, a lot of people don't like those type of apologies because he doesn't look sincere when he does it. And I'm in the back of my head, it's just like, what do you want him to act like? Again, I'm not defending the man, but it's just like I'm pretty sure this shit will haunt him for the rest of his life. But it's just like he's probably already gone through the worst of it, and now he's just in the state where it's just like, I gotta eat this. I gotta eat this L. I was most and even though I've never done nothing remotely close to Dan Snyder, I know when I used to get in trouble and I got caught getting in trouble, I never act like you know how most people they get in trouble, they try to throw a big fit, like, oh, they really sorry. It's just sometimes I'm just like blank face. My mother used to put me on punishment for like a month, and I would be like, okay, and then just walk around, and it would flip my mother out at first because she thought I wasn't taking it seriously, and then I think I had to explain to her. I said, "No, I got caught. What you want me?" It's like I got caught. I'm here toning for my punishment. Ain't no now. She understood later on because I did it like because I still kept getting in trouble. Like another time I was like, okay, it was just it still throw her off, but she knew that I took it. The second time I did that, I was actually in the military, and I didn't get in. I don't know what the fuck that was. What happened? I didn't. All I know is I didn't get really in trouble. But like, let's just say like we had this woman named SK2 Cole. I liked her, but a lot of people didn't. She had a very squeaky, annoying voice, and a lot of people did not really wasn't fond of her. I liked her. It's just for some reason, but I seen a let's just say me and two other people, and I'm not talking sexually. I seen a softer side of her that shit threw me the fuck off. Threw me and the two other brothers the fuck off. And it was just like, what the fuck was that? Let's just say that. And it involved something that would happen, some racist shit that fucking happened. And it's just like we saw, let's just say she talked to like three of us, and we saw a side of her that I'm like, it just threw us the fuck off because she was known as being loud and always angry sounding and just squeaky voice and all that stuff and annoyed people. But ever since like I saw that, it's just like I don't know. It's like let's just say again, not sexually, but I saw a side of her that no one else saw. So, and I used to even then, like I would joke with her too. I saw her like trip and almost. I remember this vividly. I was playing pool, and this is a short story. I was playing pool, and she was about to leave, but she came in and she wanted to look at everything, and like she went down these stairs and she slipped. She caught herself and like caught herself with a vending machine, and I watched the whole thing. And she looking at me, and I cannot like I don't have a poker face for shit. She's looking at me, holding in my fucking laughter, and she look at me. She go, "Hush!" I was like, and then she was like, then she go, and my petty ass. She would go. She was about to leave. She's like, "I'm leaving for the day. Y'all be good." And my petty ass go, "Bye, SK2. I hope you have a nice trip." She go, "Hush." And there's it. But the other times, like she was like the ship was on shutdown or some shit like that. To a point where, like, if you had to go down into the main barracks, you had to be fully dressed in uniform. I wasn't. I was in my pajamas. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in my pajamas. I walked down there. I wanted to get a soda. I was like, I'm just getting a soda. I'm not getting fully dressed to go fucking give me a soda or some shit like that. I was being belligerent. She seen me. She called me. She go write your name down. And this is my attitude. Just like, what's going on, man? Not much, Jessica. And then she was going to yell at me. She was like, "Oh, so you're not taking this seriously?" And I'm like, dead ass. And this is my dead ass retort to her. It's not that I'm not taking it seriously, SK2. I got caught. You see me get caught. I'm writing my name down. Ain't no arguments here. I'm just going to do as you say, and I'm going to be on my way. She just went, "Oh, because that was just me." I was like, I got caught. I'm not going to make a scene about it. I'm just going to. I feel like that's what Dan Snyder tried to do, but the problem with Dan Snyder is the shit that you did. I don't care if, like, even if you was sincere, like, no one is going to forgive you for this shit. This shit is going to carry you forever. Like, this shit is going to carry with you until the end of time, until you die. And when they die, they're going to piss on your grave about this shit. Like, no one is, like, ever going to believe your apology. And even then, like, it's just, I see you still was trying to put the blame on. There was other people there too and all that other stuff. While you was admitting yourself, you was also trying to throw the blame on someone else. It was not a good look for you. But that shit wasn't a good look for you from the beginning. I don't think you shouldn't have done it. And because, especially so fresh after the fucking the fucking show just got on and they showing you in this terrible light, it's just like, oh shit. I look, and you was probably, and like I said, I'm not saying your shit was sincere or not, but it was just like it was a bad timing, and like people looking at you was like, fuck Dan Snyder. It would have never worked. Most people don't believe in apologies anyway, which leads to my second. Good. Then that's declassified, right? Unfortunately, and this is what I know, and this is what that declassified done said. One, they never worked with Dan Snyder. That's the one thing. That's the first thing they said. They never worked with Dan Snyder. So two, when the documentary came, it seems like they was making fun of Drake Bell, but they never watched the actual documentary, so they really didn't know what's going on behind it. So I think, and I'm going to show you the video, but I'm just gonna like give you the bluff notes. They was just like they seen it, and they was like, oh, oh shit. I think to me, this is I feel like this is their reaction when they went through the, oh, oh shit. And because they was joking about the situation at first. And then I think when they finally saw the video, it was like, oh shit. We fucked up. Oh, so this is why people, because they was getting dragged. Because I think it was the live stream and then all that other stuff. And the first thing they did in this video, and which I'm going to play, they admit that they fucked up. So let me just play this video for y'all, and then I'm gonna come back with my comments.
Earlier this week,
all right, we get it. Basically, I wanted to play that because at the beginning they said, "Ooh, we fucked up." They haven't seen it, and then they understood why people was mad because I guess whether they was throwing jokes at each other or whether they was throwing jokes at the situation, they never seen it. So, and this is most people they play around. I had another side story. I had a captain when I was in the Navy. I had a captain that he was about to leave for the day. Captain Timbe, rest in peace. But he fell, and I guess I think he fell on the It was in the shipyards too. Like the shipyards, and I swear to God, the shipyard was cursed. It's one of those things that true. But he fell about to leave. He was about to leave. I guess he fell. Next thing you know, he died on the spot. So he didn't like, and that shit was like that shit hit me. One of the people I worked with, they just told him he fell. And usually when you hear that someone felt fall or they fell on itself, you laugh because people falling is kind of fun. People falling is funny. They never told him he passed away, so he was laughing at the Captain Faller, not knowing that he passed away, and then they go, "Oh, you passed, dude! He passed away, you asshole!" It was like, why the fuck didn't you tell me he passed away? In which most people say, well, he should have been laughing at the fall anyway. You're kind of right about that, but at the same time, we don't see plenty of videos of people falling, and then you laugh. Like people see video of Joe Biden falling at his old age of whatever age he is. People laughed at that, but you like people thought, and don't get me wrong, Timbe was in great shape. The guy was in great shape. He was a phenomenal guy too. So I understood. I understood what my coworker was trying to say. Y'all never left with he passed away. Y'all just said he failed. I figured he failed. He got back up. You get back up, you dust yourself off. I fall, and sometimes and I fell some places where it looked funny. I got back up. I laughed. Anyway, like he was bad, and like so that's why I was like, yo, I get it, because he was just like, because I had to like take his side because a lot of people was mad. I said, bro, y'all could have led with the man passed away, or y'all could have finished the whole story. Chapter 10, he fell and he passed, and he ended up passing away. He probably wouldn't have laughed at that. He was like, oh shit, because when he found out he laughed, he said, oh shit. And then like his whole thing, because obviously someone passed away. He didn't know that. It's the same way when I'm looking at this. I don't know what passed away, but it was just like you asked them about a joke. They haven't seen it. So they're obviously just throwing some jokes around. Being funny people, they're being entertaining people. And then like they said they never seen the episode. So imagine going to the scene in the episode, they know, oh, oh, shit. Damn. This shit really, oh my God. This is just like, and then like Ned, like Ned, I can't remember his real name, so I'm gonna just call him Ned. And Ned was like, I get it. Okay, I understand why people was mad. And then there's people still in the comment section still trying to like berate him. It's just like, yeah, it's like you can obviously see that man was just like, um, I get it. I see why people are mad at me, and like I fucked up. He took accountability. The first thing he did, and this is why this is like the first 2 minutes and 13. The first thing he did was take accountability. The whole panel took accountability of all that. They was also had to explain their actions, but they also took accountability. I see why y'all was mad at me. Y'all can't, and then people were still trying to jump on him. So when is an apology sincere, y'all? Because to me, their shit was really sincere. They didn't know. And then they go, the next, because I think I'm like halfway through this. They spent the next, 44 minutes talking about the Quiet on the Set and how everything about that. And even then, like they said, they'll tell you this. It's just like the producer that they had was heaven sent. Like they had none of those problems that they was having on it. So obviously, like this is probably new to them. It's just like I didn't know they was going through this shit. But everyone still wanted to jump on them, and I thought that was pretty unfair. And then even though there was people in the comment section that was just defending them, there was a lot of people who was just like, "Oh, you knew what you was doing. You didn't seem all smug and all that other stuff." It was just like, "Yo, the first thing he did was take accountability and fuck up." So it kind of answers the question: when into y'all is the apology sincere? Because I don't see YouTube apologies, and a lot of times, actually 90% of the time, I've seen it. Even if they are fucking sincere. Y'all don't accept the apology. You know, most people go, you was you should. Are you really sorry you got caught? If you're not really sorry. You're just sorry you got caught. If you should have never done it in the first place, and all that other stuff. And then even as sincere as you want to be, some people, there are people out there that just will not accept your apology. So it's to me, and it asked me this question: what's the point of doing an apology then? Because like I know when I fuck up, I go, my bad, I fuck up. I'm sorry. I don't mind admitting that I fuck up, but also I'm the type when I kind of fuck up and all that other stuff. It's just like I'm very nonchalant about it. I don't want to say nonchalant. I take my L, but I take my L to a point where it's no emotion in me taking my L. It's just like, damn, I did that. We just take my L. I'm move on, try to become a better person. And most people don't like that. It's just like, do you know what you did? And it's just like, yes, I do. I really do. Just the fact that I don't have an emotion about it doesn't mean I don't feel bad about it. That's just I like, and I think that's what kind of, like I said, I feel like Dan Snyder probably, and again, not defending Dan Snyder. He probably been through like what is it, the 7 stages of grief, and now he's just on the level where he's just like, yo, I gotta take this L and just go on with the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure he's at that point where you just take the L and going on for the rest of your life. But a lot of people, we're just at that stage of shock where it's just like, you are a monster. You are a monster. You need to be in jail. So it's just like, and then when you're at that two different points, it's just like, yo, do I even throw an apology? Again, I don't think Dan Snyder shouldn't have did that because I don't think no one's going to believe him. And two, like even if he's sincere or not, people are going to look at him a piece of shit. Now, if this was on, and also it was on his own channel, so it really looked funny. And the black dude, you just collateral damage, all that, just none of that was great, and none of that was great. You're a creep. You're just always going to be a creep, and then you just being a creep. But next to classified. I was like the whole time it was real sincere. It was like I think they get it. It's just like again, oh oh shit, I fucked up. But that's all I got to say about that. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Do you feel like people should do apologies, especially if they fucked up? Do you think apology videos are sincere? Have you ever, if so, has there been someone that's been on here that's done a sincere apology that you actually like believe them? Because Gerard the Completionist is another one where he tried to throw a sincere apology. Everybody was like, "Fuck you." I've never met no one that's just been like they throw an apology and everybody's been like, "Oh, okay, we forgive you." I'm sorry. Every time it's just like, man, fuck you and fuck everything you was doing. So, is there any way you can be on YouTube and throw out a sincere apology? I want to know about that. Let me know. Till then, my name is O'Skillfly, and I'm out. Peace. P.S. I'm also thinking about the Charlamagne and Kwame Brown thing because they kind of got on him too. But my name is O'Skillfly.